All right, so get this, we're going to deep dive into whether you can, like, measure consciousness.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, like assign a number to someone's energy level.
Mm.
We're talking Dr. David Hawkins' Map of Consciousness. Could totally revolutionize how we think about SEO.
It really could, you know? It's wild, right? Trying to quantify something as, well, intangible as consciousness.
Exactly.
But Dr. Hawkins, who was this psychiatrist and spiritual teacher, he was convinced everything vibrates at a certain energy level.
Yeah.
And this map, it's like his attempt to chart all that from 1 to 1,000.
Okay, but how do we even figure out where something falls on this map?
That's where muscle testing comes in. Some folks call it applied kinesiology.
So wait, are you saying like our muscles can tell us about the universe?
Well, kinda. The idea is that your muscles react differently depending on if a statement is true or false, like it's resonating with your consciousness or not.
Really?
Yeah. One way is the arm test. Someone presses down on your arm, you're focused on a statement, and if it's true, your arm stays strong. But if it's false, arm goes weak.
Whoa, like a lie detector, but for like everything.
Exactly.
That's wild.
There's also this one where you make a circle with your middle finger and the thumb and someone tries to break it while you're thinking of the statement. Strong fingers, truth. Weak fingers, not so much.
Okay, I kind of want to try this. What should I keep in mind?
Well, the source material emphasizes the tester's own energy matters. Dr. Hawkins thought that to get accurate results, the person doing the testing, they got to be calibrated above level 200. That's the level of courage and integrity, according to him.
Well, that makes sense. Don't want someone with bad vibes messing up the results, right?
Yeah.
But where do we actually find these calibrations? Like what level a book or an idea is at?
The source actually mentions this website, consciousnesscalibrations.com.
Oh, wow.
Seems like it's kind of crowdsourced, you know, people adding what they find based on Hawkins' work.
I'd love to check that out, see where everything lands.
Totally. And imagine this, you figure out the consciousness level of your audience for your website, for your content.
Ooh, now you're talking. How does this fit into SEO?
Think about AI tools like Gemini, Grok, or ChatGPT.
Sure.
You could prompt those tools to come up with content ideas, but tailored to different levels of consciousness. So maybe you want content that resonates with an audience at level 300, which is acceptance, according to Hawkins.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're aiming for a level 400 audience, the level of reason.
So, like, content for the acceptance audience might be all about, like, personal growth, feeling good, that kind of thing. But the reason audience, give them the intellectual, analytical stuff.
Exactly. You're meeting your audience right where they're at. You could even use AI to nail the tone and style to match that LOC.
Okay, so if I'm writing for someone at a lower level of consciousness, maybe like around 200, I'd use a more straightforward, authoritative voice. But if it's a higher level, like 500, gotta be more heartfelt, compassionate, right?
Boom, you got it. Matching that energy, content to audience. And guess what? This even applies to backlinks.
Really? So it's not just about getting backlinks from big websites. I got to think about their consciousness level too.
Yep.
You want it all to resonate. Content and sources, building this like web of interconnectedness that vibes with your audience's values.
This is seriously changing how I think about SEO.
And it gets crazier. Think about a search engine that actually tailors results to a user's level of consciousness.
Hold on, a search engine that like knows my vibes. That's got to be pie in the sky, right?
I know, right? But imagine, to theguideswithlove.com or something, it figures out your LOC and gives you results that actually make sense for you, for your level of understanding.
Whoa, that would be amazing. But how could it even tell what your LOC is?
$1 million question. Maybe it analyzes your search history, what you do online. Or maybe there's some tech we haven't even thought of yet. Definitely a challenge, but so cool to think about.
This whole thing, map of consciousness and SEO, it's mind-blowing.
Right. And we're just getting started. There's a lot more to uncover, so much to explore. I mean, what if we've been doing SEO like wrong this whole time? Like we're missing this whole other dimension, you know?
Right.
I'm with you. So how do we actually use this for our strategies? We've talked content, tone, backlinks. What else?
Let's take keywords. Usually it's all about search volume, low competition, right?
Yeah.
But imagine factoring in the consciousness level of those keywords.
Whoa, so it's not just the numbers, it's like the vibes of the words themselves.
Exactly. Some keywords might be more low consciousness, fear, desire, that kind of stuff. Others, way higher vibes, like love or peace.
Okay, so if I want an audience that's calibrated higher, got to use keywords that match that.
Boom. You're aligning your whole SEO strategy every little bit with the consciousness of your ideal people. Keywords, websites you link to.
It's like a more conscious SEO strategy, even ethical maybe. Not just tricks, but attracting the right people, making a real difference.
And that difference, it could go way beyond just your audience. Remember, the source material talks about how choices, they kind of snowball. Making content that vibes higher, it contributes to a better collective consciousness, you know?
So my website, if it's optimized for a higher level, it could actually make the internet a better place.
That's the idea. It's all connected, right? Even what we do online. Our choices matter.
Mind blown. Okay, so we've got content, tone, backlinks, keywords. Anything else I should be thinking about with this map of consciousness thing?
The whole user experience, like how do you make a website that feels high consciousness?
Give me an example. What would that even look like?
Think calming, peaceful, beautiful pictures, words that lift you up, easy to use. Instead of making people scared or insecure, it makes them feel good, powerful.
Like a little online sanctuary, safe and supportive.
Totally. And it's not just how it looks, but how it works too. Can people find what they need? Is it easy to navigate? Content that makes you think.
Nourishing the visitor on every level.
Exactly. It all comes down to this. Using what we know to build a better online world. Kinder, more connected.
This has been, wow, really insightful. I have a whole new way of thinking about SEO now.
Yeah.
And to think, it all started with this idea of measuring something as, well, out there as consciousness.
Isn't it wild, this esoteric stuff? And it turns out it's super practical for the digital world.
It really is. Can't wait to try some of this stuff out, see what happens. But before we wrap up, gotta ask that search engine idea, the LOC specific results. You really think that could happen someday?
It's a long shot, for sure. We'd need some crazy tech to figure out someone's consciousness level on the fly. Plus all the ethical stuff, like who decides what content is right for each level. Could get messy.
Good point. But even if it's just a fantasy for now, that's a fun thought experiment. Makes you wonder what the internet could become.
Totally. And it shows how much we don't know about consciousness, how it shapes everything, online and off.
It's crazy, right? Like, we're only just starting to figure this out. Consciousness and all that.
I know. And it goes way beyond just the tech stuff. It's like a whole shift in how we think about it. The internet's not just data and algorithms, right? It's like a mirror of what we're all thinking and feeling.
So if we're making websites, creating content that's all about those higher vibes, we're actually changing the internet itself.
That's it. Like we're building something new, a whole digital world that shows our best side. Imagine the internet, but full of love, compassion, all that good stuff.
It would be amazing. Instead of all the negativity and crap, it'd be inspiring, encouraging. That'd be something else.
Right. Change everything. And it starts with us, one by one. The choices we make, what we put out there, how we treat each other online.
So it's not about waiting for someone else to fix it. It's like taking responsibility for our own little piece of the internet.
Exactly. And the best part, as more people do that, the whole energy of the internet starts to change.
Like a ripple effect.
Yep. One person's good energy can make a difference for a ton of others.
That's so cool. This whole deep dive has really gotten me thinking. I want to start actually doing some of this stuff.
Awesome. And remember, it's a process. Trying things out, figuring out what works, always learning new things about how consciousness plays into this digital world.
This has been incredible, truly. I feel like I have a whole new set of tools for SEO now, ones that actually fit with, who I am and how I want to make the world better.
Love it. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep making the internet a more conscious place. One site, one post at a time.
And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us. Hope this deep dive has given you some food for thought about the power of consciousness, how it can change not just what we do online, but the whole world. Until next time, keep diving deep and reach for the stars.